Remember when? Have you ever been chatting with a friend and they start a sentence that way? Remember when? And then they go into a situation that you were actually at, but you don't remember the things that they're talking about. Hi there. I'm Julie Turner, julieturner.ca, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the blessings and the curse of our own memory. But before we get to that, if you could please like, subscribe, follow, whatever the case may be, depending on the platform where you're seeing this video, I would be very appreciative. And if this content resonates with you, you can share it, or you can actually book a free strategy session with me to see where you're at and see if we could maybe work together. All right, so let's get back to remember when. So the reason that I'm doing this video is because I did a live and I mentioned there was a person that sent a message in saying that 8 years ago this situation happened and it was horrific and so on and so on. And I'm not saying that situations aren't bad, but what I'm saying is when something happened in your past, what our minds do is every time we bring that memory up again, we change it. So let's assume that this is a not so pleasant memory. Let's assume that for a moment. What happens is every time you tell that story, every time you bring that memory back up, you make it more dramatic. Your mind is doing this so that you stay safe. Now let's remember that the mind isn't always correct in the way it keeps us safe. So it makes this situation more dramatic and it makes it more black and white than it actually was. So this is the problem when you're talking about a memory with a friend and the friend is like, I don't actually remember it happening that way, because their perception and perspective on the situation is different. And I'm not saying theirs is right either. We could literally videotape every situation and you would still not know exactly what happened because of the different emotions connected for you. All right. Now, let's say that the situation was a good situation and you make it more dramatic and more exciting, and this happens so often in relationships. So I'm a relationship person, I'm a communications expert, so let's just freaking nail this one. You have an ex, and 5 years down the road, you're like, I remember all these lovely things about this ex. There was so much, so much love and there was so much connection and it was so wonderful and that was such a great experience. But if we really sat with that for a moment and thought about the things that weren't such a great experience, the reason why they're an ex and you're not with them anymore, it might change your perspective. So some of us have a challenge getting into a new relationship because of our past relationships. I would argue that most of us do. And the reason is, whether it's good or bad, we're coloring our future, even our present, with our past. And again, I'm not saying that this is right or wrong of you to do. What I'm saying is we need the awareness of what we're doing. We need to be the ones in charge. I actually offer in one of the courses I teach a day that's called Being Smarter Than Your Brain. And there's a reason, because if we are aware of how our brain works, the mechanics of a human, how to work a human, then we can actually move forward in a healthy way where we have some perspective on our own thoughts, our own wants, our own needs. So remember when is often not the same for that person as it is for you. And that's fair, because they brought different emotions, they brought a different past, they brought all kinds of different things into that situation than you did. But just remember, our brains are just trying to keep us safe. The reason that they're trying to keep us safe is, in a primitive world, we needed to be safe from all kinds of things that were dangerous for our survival. Now, that's not the case anymore. Not saying that we don't have to have fears around certain things, or not that we have to have fears, but we need to be aware. Again, awareness is key in this whole situation. But what I'm saying is there's no longer life or death in moving forward in a relationship. if you're aware that your brain is just trying to keep you safe, and you can say, thank you for that irrelevant information, but I feel good. My intuition tells me I'm okay. The fear is coming from your brain, then move forward. If you have any questions, please reach out, julieturner.ca. I offer a free strategy session. Just book it. I'll have a link somewhere around this video as well. And I would love to have a conversation with you and see if we can work together. And if not, think of me as the sorting hat. I might be able to guide you somewhere else. All right. Thank you so much for your time today. And I look forward to you seeing me again. Bye for now.